Hey everybody, Charlie Runner 2 here, and welcome back to Disco Elysium, the final cut. When we last left off, well, we were interviewing Clage up here, and I think we finished our line of questioning, and now our partner wants to talk to us. So let's see what Kim wants. We may have to leave so that we can talk in private. Let's click it.
Looks like we have more to discuss with those so-called Hardy boys. Half their reasoning just went out the window.
You think this will make them cooperate?
Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We just stripped off one layer of whatever it is. Her decision to not corroborate their story was definitely not part of the plan.
Say in a hushed voice, why did she tell us all of that?
What else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to lie and get away with it.
I'm not sure she had to lie. I wouldn't have known. I have reasons to doubt my ability to see through her lies. I do.
If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her.
I know she's manipulative.
What do you mean by that?
She has half my skill set compromised. Singing her tune. My assessments of her are untrustworthy. See, it says I have to whisper. That's why I'm doing that. This isn't ASMR.
She seemed forthcoming to me. Unusually so. Being forthcoming with some things is a good way to obscure other things. But I wouldn't call myself compromised.
Well, I am anyway.
I am not easily swayed by young women. But on the other hand, the best liars are candid. And she was candid.
Agreed.
The lieutenant seems oddly sure he is not compromised. Not psychologically, at least. Is it hubris?
I don't think it's hubris. I don't think he's interested in that with her. Maybe other people, not judging, doesn't matter to me at all, but I think that's what he's getting at.
Anyway, we should move. I suspect our investigation will bring us back soon enough.
Let's do it. All right, so finished talking with Clage. We tried to go through this door. We couldn't. It says it's barred from the other side. We need physical implement to get through. So let's go back into her little antechamber up here. Sunroom. All right. So anything in here? We've already looked at the window. The window has been, well, it's been changed. So that's important for some reason. We knew that it's been broken recently. Let's go down here. If it's been broken, that means somebody could have came up that other entranceway and then broke into her apartment. Maybe even she did that. Maybe that's not even Clage at all. Maybe that's another girl who's kind of taken over in her room and her identity. Not 100% on that, but trying to figure out why that window would be of any importance. Let's go speak to the Hardy Boys again, or more specifically, Titus Hardy. We also know that there's a weak link in that room in the heavier set gentleman. Let's run, guys. Come on. This one here. If you can see my mouse.
It's you again. What is it?
Well, we spoke to Clage. She says a sexual assault did not happen. Clage says she wasn't raped.
Fuck. I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted.
Oh, language, sir. Okay. Appears we've stepped on a nerve here. Wonder what the legal counsel has to say about that.
For the record, Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the victim as a whore, nor did he say anything about trusting her.
I mean, he specifically did right here. He knew it right here. You can read it. Look, Elizabeth, look at me. Look what Titus said. He said, I knew that effing Lady of the Night couldn't be trusted. See? Look, right here. You see that? That's exactly what he said.
Oh, shut up and stay out of this, Liz. He raped her. He was out of his fucking mind. You have no idea.
He turns his back to you.
She's just in denial, asshole. You don't understand the traumatic experience. She's shutting down, and she doesn't fucking trust you.
We made sure that she was 100% sure about it.
Yeah, she's crazy, you know. A crazy bitch. You know the type. She's fucked up.
Okay, so you're bringing her reliability into question, which then basically throws your whole story off kilter, because if you're saying she can't be trusted, then we're back to just trusting you.
This is a diversion. Stay on track.
Cut the BS, she told me the truth.
Lawman, I'm at the end of my goddamn rope with you. I fucking told you not to push her.
I didn't push her. She was very forthcoming.
And you went and pushed her. I am gonna fucking...
Good, this is what we wanted. What are you gonna do?
Hit you. Duck.
Duck!
Titus Hardy.
Her voice rings through the room like a warning shot.
Everett personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes south, we'll all be in the shit. But you, Titus Hardy, are going to be buried. Am I understood?
Peeling back the layers.
When she's angry, she emphasizes the S. It gives her voice a strangely hypnotic quality. Her lips barely move as she speaks.
Probably gritting her teeth as she speaks.
Look, Copper. We know that that fuck was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessing to it on tape.
The tattooed man snaps his fingers to get your attention. All right, show me this tape then.
Show it to him, T. What's the harm, right?
Okay.
Here, jerkwad, listen to this shit. And then come back and tell me the soldier of the apocalypse was an innocent man.
This is their last play, this tape. Their story is in tatters, a mess. It might be nice to listen to, but at this point, you don't need to.
No, I think I do need to. Why should I care about the tape? You lied to me. That is fair. Let's say that.
You don't care about evidence. The fuck are you a cop for, then?
Continue.
Pigs, T. They don't care about getting the truth. They care about getting convictions. They are fucking keeping a score on their bulletin boards.
Some, maybe. Not this one.
I won't be on your bulletin board. If you don't listen to the tape, we got nothing to talk about.
There's a lot of questions. If you ask them now, they'll just keep bringing up the tape. Listen to it, and they'll have nothing to hide behind.
That's enough for now. I'll get back to the investigation.
Don't forget your tape, lawman. Compliments of Titus Hardy.
I'll listen to it.
You do that. Oh, and keep it. Maybe you'll need a reminder of human ugliness someday.
Doorgunner Megamix. Just gonna say that's named Doorgunner Megamix. A few more things about the tape before I listen to it.
Yeah?
What's on the tape?
What's on it? We call it the Doorgunner Megamix. You'll know why once you listen to it.
Okay.
Now that is intriguing. You had me at Doorgunner.
Where did you get this tape?
You think we go into this shit deaf and dumb? You RCM aren't the only ones who know how to bug people. There's no university degree for that.
Okay, so they bugged him.
Actually, there are a few. Crypto analyst, radio officer.
Actually, there are numerous degrees you can get in signals intelligence. So you bugged them. How?
We have machines. We're in logistics. How do you think a harbor works? It's advanced stuff.
Did you bug me?
Understood? You've listened in on their communications. How long?
That's why Clage wanted to mask her voice.
Since way before their chief started taking swing lessons.
Yeah, you did a funny. Taking swing lessons because, he's swinging when he was dead. In the yard with the 12-year-old kid. Yeah, that thing.
Things got nice and quiet after that.
Which one of you is doing this advanced radio work then?
It's not advanced. You just hold up in a coop all day, writing down what they say. It gets hot as hell in there.
This is the one. Angus is the weak link. We need to keep our eye on him.
Don't put yourself down, Angus. It's important work.
The chief picks his beer back up to offer a silent toast.
Yeah, man. You're like a radio genius or something. Those notes are some in-depth stuff. Indexes and shit.
Okay, where can I listen to this?
I'm sure we can find a tape player.
Where can I listen to this? Why don't you try shoving it up your ass, genius?
Yeah, I just wanted to know if there was one publicly available. I have my own boombox, thank you.
Yeah, play it with your ass, cocksucker.
His voice echoes like thunder in the small room.
I'm sure we can find a tape player. It's not a problem.
He repeats calmly in a hushed voice.
Your room had one. Or maybe it's too broken.
I'll go listen to the tape.
You do that.
Whoa,
Wow, man.
What happened here? Alright, I'm gonna take off now. You slowly walk back over to the table, eat up some time. Can we listen to it right here, right now? Interact with the tape. Use the interact button in the inventory to inspect the item. A magnetic tape acquired from Titus Hardy. It supposedly holds a recording of the Mercenary Task Force radio communications recorded via a de-encryption station. Not a good omen. Requires a boombox to play. Well, guess wiggity wiggity what? I have a boombox. But first, I almost forgot about this. Apricot chewing gum wrapper. A gleaming chewing gum wrapper found in the pocket of these laborers' jeans. It gives off an ever so faint scent of apricots. Your mouth starts watering. Interact.
There it is again. The scent of apricots with a touch of cinnamon. Smells like the end of some distant summer. The surface of another planet. Or some ancient temple.
Why an ancient temple? I could see it smelling like distant summer. I could even see it seeming alien to you. But why an ancient temple?
Yes, from the height of antiquity. A long, long time ago. Millennia ago. On an island of time you can never return to.
Is this literal or figurative? Into summer?
The sun sets into the sea, but the water does not boil. Instead, it turns to liquid gold. For a moment, the world's store of precious metals seems to increase dramatically, and you are rich.
I like that. That is very good. That gives me such great imagery in my mind. Good job.
There is a movement next to you, the shuffle of a small coat, warm like the evening. But when you turn toward it, there's nothing there.
Where did it go?
Why are you talking to a gum wrapper?
Not since have an uncanny ability of bringing up memory. Take a deep, deep breath.
Bitter, citrus, sweet. It seems to grow stronger, like a glow, with every breath you take. Whatever petrochemical byproducts they used to create this artificial flavor have bonded tightly to the wrapper. Or is that just your memory filling the gaps?
Probably a little bit of both.
Until a blossom of skin and flower petals erupts behind your closed eyes. Made of toffee, cream, and distance. You just had to take a dive.
A blossom of skin and flower petals erupts behind your closed eyes. Toffee, cream, and distance. Toffee, cream, and distance. I'm going to be honest. I don't know what the hell they're trying to convey with this. Put the wrapper away. Okay. Let's go listen to this tape. Actually, we might be able to do it right here. So if we go to items, tools, boombox. Equip this. Boom. Items. Interact. Can I just put it here? Nope. Use it, inspect, interact button in inventory to inspect.
The porter reel is just what you needed. The reels attach to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is rooted behind the magnetic reader.
Okay, this seems like a good time. If there are any children watching, which there shouldn't be, these titles are not aimed for children or anybody of a sensitive nature. I have a feeling this tape with its Doorgunner Megamix title, is probably not going to be safe for work, or safe for young kids, or safe for the faint-hearted. That being said, let's play the tape. You push commencer and the tape starts spinning. Violent static and machine sounds fill the air.
This isn't Revachol. This is a fucking village. I can almost see the elephants.
Some kind of machinery.
The harbor. That's the son of a Kvalsund crane.
How do you know that?
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the Apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens too.
Okay.
Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice room. I don't give a shit. I'm fucking done. I'm done mentally.
This part is unintelligible.
I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know, the dance a whore upstairs. Do it Kohoi style. Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
A click, then silence. The rest of the tape is empty.
The lieutenant presses the button marked Arrete on your portal-reel. The tape stops spinning.
What was all that at the very end? Silence?
End of recording.
What do you think?
It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls.
He did say he's going to do it. You can't edit words into someone's mouth. Yeah, but saying you're going to do something and doing something are two different things. I think he sounded all right, just letting off some steam. I think it's a mixture of 1 and 3. I think it was inebriation and letting off some steam, but we'll go ahead and say that, yes, he did sound inebriated.
Still.
The lieutenant looks at the tape. You're familiar with this look now. It's his look of suspicion. Who is this Corti?
Corti could be short for Kortenar, one of the other mercenaries, the one he was talking to. Probably the mountain at the harbor gates. Mr. Right to Work.
Exactly. Should we go talk to him before we talk to these harbor guys? Who's Kohoi? Or what's Kohoi? I imagine that is some type of combat that they were in.
A village on the Samaran Isola, in South Safre. Grad committed war crimes there, the kind of thing he talks about.
Yeah.
The South Safre conflict is an ongoing proxy war between Grad and Safre. It has been hot for 12 years, with the atrocities piling on, mostly committed by the Grad.
You think he was there? Either he was there or he just speaks about it like he knows it.
Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. We would need to know the story of this man's service.
Okay.
A symbol of soldier of the apocalypse style conduct in a civil environment.
Okay, what now?
I think we've got a few more questions for class here, don't you? This seems to contradict her testimony, at least to some degree.
Does it, though?
As you take out the tape, the boombox tunes itself back to the cheery radio again, spewing out beats like it's a Friday night.
And okay, so they recommend we go talk to Klage, and I agree that's something we should do, but let's take the boombox off. Let's run and go speak to Corvi, I think it was, Mr. Right to Work. He may have some insight as well. Before we go rush into judgment on what's clearly a taken out of context and spliced together recording, which I'm definitely not saying anything of what he said is okay. I do think it doesn't mean he committed those acts. Let's speak to him. See if you got anything.
Right to work! Right to work!
Really?
Shame on you!
Little disappointed. I feel like we should be able to talk to him about what we just heard. Clearly that's not the case. Let's go talk to Klage. Alright. So we should have access to her room. I don't think we have to knock on the door again. We should just be able to go right in. Go back upstairs, talk to her again. Though I don't know what they mean by it kind of goes against what she said, because can't both be true? Can't he be walking around saying some of these things and then the fact that they did party together either afterwards is still plausible? Doesn't really prove that they didn't, right? See you, Kim. Can you open the door? Probably not. I meant to close the door with him in there, but, you know, he stood outside like a weirdo. Whoop. We want to go out here. And we want to talk to Klaje. Back where we started the episode. She's still up here. Good.
Officer, it's a fine day for questions.
Titus Hardy gave us a recording where the deceased states his intention to commit rape.
She puts her coffee cup down.
She's going to be pissed about this.
With a soft ring, as the porcelain meets the metal table.
Did he?
A
I
smile.
never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions. Only that he was never bad to me.
A smile flits across her face.
She doesn't care. If anything, she sounds amused.
On this tape, he specifically identifies you as the target.
Where did they get this recording exactly?
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via a de-encryption station. It's authentic enough.
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style?
Those are the exact words he used.
Yeah. That was practically his pickup line.
She picks the cup back up.
Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style?
He did refer to the atrocities in South Safra, yes. No, let's say Kohoi was mentioned.
He wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Kohoi. It wasn't his everything.
Think he was trying to scare people?
No. I'm pretty sure he did all those things. And then had to internalize them to keep on living. Until they just sort of turn into his, what's the word I'm looking for?
Persona?
She's quite observant about the human character. Trained to observe, even.
Coping mechanism. Persona? Yeah, I thought persona. Let's say that.
Running joke. I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lely's punchlines got way, way funkier than that.
Who's Lely?
He was like the Seminoles conflict, the Kohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezut all rolled into one person, then cast in Orani ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower.
Wait a minute, he wore it in the shower? Alright, so I'm gonna ask her, weren't you afraid? But I think she sees through it. She sees through the farce and knows she wasn't afraid.
Afraid of what? That tape the Hardy Boys recorded? Your mother probably never told you this, but girls are evil.
You said it, not me.
Had I the physical robustness and social support, I'd be in Kohoi. I would be tearing it up Soldier of the Apocalypse style.
Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? He and Martinez, I mean?
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed happy, I guess. At ease. As much as a man like him could be.
What kind of man was he? Before you go, ask for details. She seems okay to talk about it.
All right.
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready. I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy has to say now.
She takes a very small sip of her coffee and smiles.
Now that you've had some time, can you tell us more about the victim?
Like, for example, his name?
Actually, officer, I didn't know his name. I just called him Lely.
Lely.
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was no use.
Odd.
Lelystad. That's a good start.
Lieutenant writes it down in his notebook.
We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can't answer.
The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. On it is a list of autopsy observations recorded neatly in blue ink. Everything left to be clarified is in the column on the left.
Okay. Can we do all of these? I feel like we could just ask anybody where Lelystad is. How old was he, miss?
He was 42.
42.
42? Are you sure? I would have had him above 50.
He had many scars that made him appear older. But no.
The memory makes her smile.
We even celebrated his birthday, like, some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had little reason to lie to me.
Looks like you were right, officer.
The lieutenant taps on his notebook once, as though assigning some kind of point. Yeah, I believe when we did the field autopsy, we stated something that he was in his low 40s.
Points are good. Have one, you old dog, before we all die.
Don't mention it.
The young woman looks at you, then the lieutenant, then you.
All right, she will definitely know his eye color if she spent any amount of time with him in this manner.
Blue. Light blue. They were like little blue galaxies, you know? It was strange, seeing those eyes in his fucked up face.
She stops, her eyes half closed, then continues.
Pardon the swearing. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful, soft voice. Very surprising, what with all the scarring. It was quite something, watching him speak.
She takes a drag.
He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth?
Yes. Severe. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile. That and those eyes.
Ah, yes. His hair, if you can remember?
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone.
Darkened his hair. Do you know anything about the tattoo?
Oh, that.
It was an Ornese map of the waterways? It was a map of his service history.
Sure, service history. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though.
How so?
How? Imagine him lying in bed. Freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course. Tattooed. The sheets are dirty for some reason.
Creepy.
Is this Oranese lit?
Don't interrupt.
He's smoking and drinking, of course. And his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them. Maybe even thousands. And the woman goes like, "What was this, baby?"
She points at the air with her sharp-nailed finger, picking out an imaginary tattoo star.
And he says, "That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that." So she goes, "Okay, but what's this, baby?" And he's like, "Saw some bat shit there. Killed some loincloths."
She lowers her voice comically.
And so it goes. Star after star, port after port, third world country after third world country. And he's done horrible things in every single one of them.
You were the woman in this?
Oh, yeah.
Can you tell us precisely what these mean? Oh man, don't hand her the photo.
No, thank you. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what they meant without looking at them.
Yeah, I don't know why we would think to offer her that photo. I would wish we were given a choice there.
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms. from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Orania needed some people killed, so they turned him into a grotesque killer. For money. He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people in the Seminine Islands. And on other islands, too. All of the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself.
Thank you for clearing that up.
Change of topic, perhaps?
All right, we're going to continue our line of questioning next episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy my content, please consider a like, a comment, and or subscribe. And stay tuned for the next episode. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.